All right. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. We're good. We're good. All right. Hey everyone. I'm Big I'm Big John and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show live. This week I want to talk about some rope drop tips. Now, when you go to Disney, sometimes you want to hit the parks early in the morning. And it's good, especially, and a lot of people love to rope drop, especially at the Magic Kingdom. And usually, people who rope drop like to hit the major rides first. However, what we like to do is hit some of the smaller rides first and then get a return time for one of the big rides on my DAS Pass, which for me is very important, as well as everyone who goes who has disabilities and cannot wait in a long line for a very long period of time. So if you rope drop, so if you're going to rope drop, do what I do. And do the smaller rides first. Then, if you have a DAS Pass, put a return time for one of the bigger rides. That way, you can still get some of your rides in and still enjoy rope drop before the park gets crazy. So anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So this past Wednesday was the 54th birthday of Walt Disney World. Hi, Bria John. And every year, I make it a tradition to watch the opening day special from 1971 on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's an amazing special. Hi, Angela Coaching and Harper Jean. Make sure you subscribe. So this week, we are going to cover my top 5 moments from the opening day special. Number 5, Buddy Hackett driving Herbie the Lug Bug on the Grand Prix Raceway, now known today as the Tomorrowland Speedway. So, Buddy Hackett is one of the most legendary comedians of all time, known for his childlike voice. And of course, you may recognize him as the voice of Scuttle in The Little Mermaid. And he was also in The Love Bug. Brea John, this is my script. I can't do all this without a script, you know. Sometimes I can do it on the fly. But that's mostly when I'm on location, which we'll talk about later. But anyway, so Buddy Hackett driving Herbie the Love Bug on the Grand Prix Raceway. It's very funny. He's racing against some actual race car drivers. And the scene ends in a very comical way when there's a giant spoon in the middle in the road. And Buddy is like, that's funny. It's supposed to be a fork in the road. All right, number 4, the first look at some of the opening day attractions. So we got some. So the opening day preview gave us sneak peeks at three of the most of three shows: Country Bear Jamboree, the original, the Hall of Presidents, and a show that's no longer at the Magic Kingdom in any capacity, the Mickey Mouse Review. My Dixie wrecked. I don't know what that means. But yeah, it was a fun little show with animatronics of all the Disney characters performing songs from their movies and Mickey conducting the orchestra as he does. And it was great to see the first look of some of these legendary shows. Number 3, Ice Bank Myself. What? Okay. Number 3, the song There's More. So some of the I'd say you'd call them the kids of the kingdom. I do a bit of acting sometimes. But I do the script to help out with this show. But anyway, number 3, the song There's More. It features the kids of the kingdom going throughout the park singing There's More, and when you see it, you can barely recognize the Magic Kingdom. I mean, they're riding the teacups before they even put the big canopy over it. So for a short period of time, it was just like the one at Disneyland when it's right out in the sun. And when they're in Adventureland, back when Adventureland had more room before the magic carpets, and they were in front of Tomorrowland, which looked completely empty without Space Mountain and the People Mover. It's great. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Number 2, Glenn Campbell singing during the special. So he did 2 songs during the special. One at the beginning, singing Today Is Mine," which is a very beautiful song, and it ends with the monorail going overhead. And I believe that was that part was where the Grand Floridian is now. And the other song he did, and one I especially love, is "Wherefore and Why," which is a song that he sang right in front of the Rivers of America, which is kind of crazy to think about now, since the Rivers of America at the Magic Kingdom are no more. But nevertheless, Glenn Campbell, an amazing singer. He is very missed. And my number 1 moment from the 1971 opening day special, the legend himself, Bob Hope, doing his stand-up comedy in The Contemporary. And he was there in special tribute to Walt Disney. And of course he did his usual Bob Hope thing, doing his comedy. Everyone loves him. He was one of the greatest comedians of all time, because he was not only funny, but he also loved the troops and charities and performing for them. And he said, and I quote, "The best way I can describe Walt Disney World is give it the best compliment you could ever give anything man-made. Ralph Nader would like it." So let me know in the chat or in the comments if you ever saw the opening day special on YouTube. And if so, what's your favorite moment? If you haven't, please see it. It's very special. It's great. And now it is time for Diz or Dat. Now, on both coasts, Town Square on Main Street has beautiful Halloween decor. At Disneyland, it's the giant Mickey pumpkin, aka the Winky Blinky pumpkin, Mickey pumpkin, which has two sides that smile as you enter and winks as you leave. And at the Magic Kingdom, they have special scarecrows that depict cast member roles on Main Street and the old citizens of Main Street. So let me know in the chat or in the comments which park you think has the better Town Square Halloween decor. Disneyland, or DAT, the Magic Kingdom. And now it's trivia time. So last week, we asked who were the title characters in The Fox and the Hound. The correct answer was Todd and Copper. Congratulations if you knew the answer at home. And now here is this week's trivia time question. What did Elizabeth Swann tell the pirates what her last name was in Pirates of the Caribbean? All right, be the first one in the chat or in the comments with the correct answer, and you will receive 100 cool points. So, let's see, what news is there to discuss other than the fact that I'll be down there next week, which I hope you'll stay tuned to see great videos of that. All right. Yep, so next week I'll be down there for over a week. I'll be doing a Not So Scary. You'll expect plenty of videos from that. And there's going to be a lot more on the way. Maybe we'll see. That's correct, Bria. John Turner. 100 cool points for you. But as I was saying, there's going to be a lot of great videos coming up from this upcoming trip. I promise you'll see some great ride videos. An episode of the show will be, next week's show will be live streamed from Pop Century, which I hope you'll stay tuned. You'll tune in for. You're going to see some great videos from our Halloween party. Some great ride videos, some great entertainment videos, Dapper Dans and Voices of Liberty, guaranteed. And of course, my on-location disability tips. And hopefully I'll pick up even more subscribers, as I always do when I do these trips. So stay tuned, because I promise there's going to be a lot on the way. So anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later. I'm from Maine, and I'll make sure it gets to do a future episode for this week. Shout outs. Make sure you guys check out Micah Barnaby's channel, World of Micah. He does great vlogs from the parks and a lot of other places as well. Definitely check him out. Also, make sure you guys check out Adam the Woo over at the Daily Woo. He does great vlogs from almost everywhere as well. Definitely check him out. Also, make sure you guys check out my friends over at allears.net. They do great information and challenge videos from theme parks all around the world. Definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Fresh Baked for all things Disneyland. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse